Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Tuesday, October the 26th, and starting with the stock 50 here. So it's pretty much a stock standard sort of count that we're going through here at the moment. The only other count that I've got going is having this wave 5 here as wave 3. It shouldn't make any difference because we'll still have a wave 4 pullback at that particular point in time. So just giving that a little bit of thought. Now this little move through here, let's just go in and have a closer look at that. So in this case, from wave 4 here, we'll look at 1 and 2 and 3, and they've got a little bit complicated here. So we've got ourselves a triangle pattern here for wave 4, but we're still looking for a push to the upside, and then we're going to see this play back before another move to the upside. Okay, so there's plenty of support here and here for this support through here. So just don't overtrade through here. It's okay to go long here, but we really want to be building in over this side here for this. I'll just have a look at the tick chart, which it may have a different count on it. Well, different in the way that I just mentioned, but no, it's okay. It's 3 A, B, C for 4 here, and 1 and 2, and then we've got our triangle pattern through here. So we've got a couple of long positions in here, so we'll just leave them as they are. We've got a long position here as well. So I won't worry about the stop here. I know that's a bit rough, but here we're looking for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, as just mentioned, to the upside, and then we're looking for a correction here. So what I want to say here is that 4-2 is a minor level, and group 1 above and group 2 below. So this is where we're going to see the swing range. So we've got positions here. I don't want to get stopped out. It's just that we're going to see some type of pullback in this space here, and we don't really want to get lose our positions there. I mean, of course you can look to take a percentage up the top here, or you can get out, do whatever you need to do, but I'm just saying from the trend point of view is that we'll stay in it, and if you do take profit here, then I'll do my best to get us back in over this side over here somewhere with all of that. Okay. So with the DAX, I suppose, you know, the DAX often lags the S&P and then catches up. So the S&P is trading sort of above its highs here. So it is lagging, but we should see this just basically continue to the upside through here. But we actually have to understand the trends and the correction. So let's go in and have a little look at that. So far, we've got, wave 4 here with 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then going up for wave 5 there. So once again, we'll look for, this is a very conservative count, and I can certainly adjust it to give us more space to the upside here. As I've mentioned a few times with this, is that this trend line we've got going through here, I've just taken on these two tops here, okay? So it's clipped it here, and as I mentioned before, we'll end up pushing up through here with a little classic trading levels pattern, so that's all playing out quite nicely. But also in the bigger picture, I'm going to leave the trend line here, because when we finish this move up here, then we're going to probably come back and test it before sort of moving off again at that point. So we'll just leave it there for the time being. We've got a couple of trend lines in there, don't need that. Yeah, so also look to buy back on this wave 4 here as well. So we've got one position here, we'll wait for that. I mean, we've got other positions in, but just in the bigger picture. So the hourly chart here, so we've got positions all over the joint here, but yeah, the same thing here we're looking for that move up there, so that's navigated across there. We would have to look at this being pretty close here. So if I look at this as 1 and 2 here, and we probably need to look at there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third wave there. I mean, I'm just being very conservative here with this count, but that's okay. And then here we're seeing it stepping out a little bit, so we can look at this as 1 in here and 2 there. And that's 1 and 2 and 3. So we've still got a fair bit to go here by the looks of it. But it makes me wonder that I might need to extend it out even further. But we'll just go step by step for the time being. So up into minor group 2, 15,700 sort of area. Maybe I can shorten that. So, yeah, in this case here I've got wave 3 here and wave 4 here of that degree. So I've counted that a little bit differently within all of that. But it doesn't really matter for the time being, because it doesn't matter what wave 4 it is, because it will come back to the wave 4 of one lesser degree, or it will be shorter than that. But we'll take a closer look at this tomorrow to get that top in play, and then we'll be looking for an ABC pattern here. We'll need to tie that in with the S&P 500 as well. So that's all good there. And the FTSE, see in the FTSE here, I've got this as 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4. So I've got wave 3 over here, but I do have a count where I've got this blue wave 4 here. So that's my issue at the moment. I still need to sort of resolve that to a point. But in the meantime, it shouldn't bother us. And I'm hoping that what will happen is that things will become clearer along the way, and we can go, oh, okay, well, that's pretty obvious now. So yeah, that's sort of where we are really with this. So quite a big wave. Oh, that's right, I had a little wave 4 in here, didn't I? But just didn't finish off here nicely, so we'll probably have to have a WXY in here, but it doesn't matter. So we want this wave here to make a high above this one at least. It doesn't have to reach 300, or it would be nice if it did. But then whichever way we look at it, we've still got this wave 4 and wave 5 to move up higher as well. I'm going to go straight to the tick chart if that's okay. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave there. So I've had this counting a little bit differently over here, but I'm going to have to bring it back and put it as a WXY in that space, but I'll just put that there. Doesn't matter too much. So this is all a little bit hard to track because it's got overlapping wave structures. They're impulse waves like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they're overlapping. So I'm wondering the best way to count this. Might even have to go way back over here for that. I'm unsure about that, but what I am sure about is that we need to make a new high above here. So we've still got further to go to the upside here. I'll have to have a look at the cash market a bit later. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're getting impulse waves to the upside, so we'll be okay there. Yeah. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that, I think. But we still need a profit target up here for that. So it does leave us at 73. Well, the obvious place is the 80 here. So from 200 to 300, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, the Fibonacci sequence. The other side to this, of course, is that we've got 65 here, which is also a really good target area to take part profit at, by the way. And we don't need that, so we can take that, and that will go in there as 272. So yeah, up into group 2 here for a bit of profit taking would be okay. On the bearish side, we don't want the 20 here, right? We don't want the 20 becoming the retested resistance at that point. That would make it bearish and pull it back to this point here, but we haven't made a top here. This is definitely all, that's corrective, that's corrective. I mean, I suppose we could even put a C wave here. We could put an A wave here, an A, B, and C wave here, and then come down. But is that what the market's telling us? Okay, well, just in case of that, if this number here becomes the retested resistance, that means the market needs to come down, bounce off it, go through it. Normally goes down to the halfway mark, so the 15, the 72.15, and then under that there. So for the short-term trade, if that's breached at that point, then you need to be out because it will be pulled to that number at that point. So finding the 2 there is the retested resistance this time around, because it's traded up above the 3. So if it comes back down and finds the 2 as the resistance, then we know that this is going to come down as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here, and then push up. So those trades will need to be taken out at that point. But otherwise, yeah, there's also going to be a vibration here at the midpoint as well. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.